The doorbell rang while the smell of funeral flowers was still trapped in the curtains. I remember thinking it was too early for sympathy, or too late. When I opened the door, I saw my mother-in-law's smile first, tight, victorious. Behind her, men in uniforms lifted boxes like they already belonged here. My house, my mother's house. The one I'd grown up learning how to lock every window before bed. She didn't offer condolences. She pointed past me. "We'll live here," she said. "So go back to your parents' house." I tried to speak. I actually tried. "This house already—" She waved her hand, sharp and dismissive like erasing chalk. "My son is gone. This is family property now." That's when I understood something important. Grief had made them bold, and bold people always overplay their hand. I met them years ago, back when love softened my instincts. My husband stood between us, proud, hopeful, believing proximity would turn them kind. His mother hugged me too tightly. His father barely looked at me. I told myself it was cultural distance, adjustment, normal. When my mother died, she left the house to me. Clear, documented, clean. I remember my husband squeezing my hand as we signed the paperwork. "This keeps you safe," he whispered. He was right, just not in the way he expected. After his death, everything shifted. Calls went unanswered. Then they came too often. Suggestions wrapped as concern. Questions about finances. Comments about how a young widow doesn't need a big place. I noticed the pattern. They never asked. They assumed. The first real crack came when a neighbor mentioned movers, scheduled for the parents. Casual, innocent, devastating. I didn't confront them. I never do. I observe. I pulled out the folder I hadn't touched in years. Property deed. Probate documents. Video footage from the security system my husband insisted on installing. Just in case. Just in case arrived wearing black clothes and entitlement. Standing in my doorway, watching strangers carry my life toward the stairs, I felt calm. Not frozen, focused. "I need a moment," I said softly. My father-in-law scoffed. "Don't make this difficult." I smiled. I had already made it impossible. I stepped into the study and made 3 calls. First, my lawyer. Second, the police non-emergency line. Third, the moving company's head office. By the time I returned, my mother-in-law was rearranging furniture. She touched my mother's cabinet with familiarity she hadn't earned. "You should take your things," she said. "We'll handle the rest." I walked to the front door and locked it. The sound was small, final. The officers arrived within minutes. Calm, curious, professional. My in-laws protested loudly. Family, grief, misunderstanding. I handed over the documents, then the security footage. The room changed temperature. The movers froze when the officer explained trespassing, illegal eviction, attempted property seizure. My mother-in-law's face collapsed inward, like a building realizing the foundation is gone. "This isn't right," she whispered. I leaned close enough for her to hear only me. "You thought grief made me weak," I said. "It made me precise. Handcuffs are quieter than you expect. So is relief." As they were escorted out, she turned once, eyes sharp with hate. "This isn't over." I nodded. "No," I said. "It's finished." That night, I sat alone on the floor where my husband used to read. The house breathed around me. Familiar, steady, still mine. I didn't feel joy. I felt alignment. They mistook silence for surrender. They mistook mourning for confusion. They forgot that this house was built by a woman who taught me to keep records and trust timing. I didn't raise my voice. I raised the truth. And when the truth walked in with badges, they finally understood something my husband always knew. I don't need permission to protect what's mine.